Cowboys Nation. Welcome to your ultimate destination for all things Dallas Cowboys. From the latest news, game analyses, rumors, to deep dives into player performances and strategies, we've got you covered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a play. Let's dive into everything you need to know about America's team. The NFL world is buzzing with what could be the most shocking quarterback move in recent memory, and it all centers around Jordan Love, the young and ambitious signal caller who has spent his entire professional career under the green and gold of the Packers. For years, fans and analysts debated whether Love was truly ready to take the reins from a legendary veteran, and now the speculation has reached a fever pitch as whispers emerge linking him to the Cowboys, a team with championship aspirations and a fanbase hungry for headlines. The potential move ignites countless questions about fit, timing, and strategy, and has already sent social media into a whirlwind of predictions, debates, and hot takes. Love's skill set, his ability to extend plays, and his developing chemistry with receivers could revolutionize a Dallas offense looking to reclaim dominance, and insiders suggest that the negotiations have been more serious than anyone initially imagined. Even casual observers of the league are stopping in their tracks, trying to imagine the implications of such a high-profile quarterback transition. Analysts speculate that the Cowboys see in Love not just a quarterback, but a franchise-defining talent capable of reshaping the team's identity, which is why this rumored move is captivating audiences across the country. Rumors suggest that behind the scenes, the discussions have been intense and confidential, with executives from both sides exchanging multiple proposals and counteroffers, each hoping to secure an advantage without revealing too much to the public. Love's potential arrival in Dallas is said to be tied to a complex web of draft picks, salary cap maneuvers, and roster adjustments, making this more than just a simple player trade. Sources hint that Love's camp has been unusually proactive, signaling a willingness to embrace a starting role immediately, which contrasts sharply with the traditional caution many young quarterbacks exhibit. The Cowboys, meanwhile, appear eager to inject fresh energy into their offensive strategy, possibly reshaping coaching philosophies and play designs to accommodate Love's strengths. Speculators point out that this could create ripple effects across the league, forcing other teams to rethink their quarterback strategies and opening the door to a domino effect of unexpected trades. Fans of both the Packers and Cowboys are divided, some fearing the loss of a promising talent, others excited by the prospect of a new era in Dallas, creating a narrative that feels larger than football itself. Meanwhile, media outlets are already speculating on how Love would mesh with established stars in Dallas, particularly in terms of timing, chemistry, and leadership style, and the debate shows no signs of slowing down. There's also an undercurrent of tension surrounding the Packers, who could be viewed as making a controversial decision by potentially letting go of a player developed in their system. Jordan Love's journey in Green Bay has been characterized by patience, development, and occasional flashes of brilliance, and some argue that trading him might reflect a misjudgment of his long-term potential. Analysts are weighing the pros and cons of such a move, questioning whether the Packers might regret letting a young, talented quarterback leave in pursuit of immediate gains or roster flexibility. Conversations among insiders hint that the decision may hinge on the Packers' confidence in their existing or incoming talent, as well as salary cap considerations that have increasingly influenced high-stakes roster decisions. Meanwhile, the narrative surrounding Love is becoming almost cinematic, portraying him as a player on the brink of a dramatic career-defining chapter. Speculative commentators are highlighting the parallels between this scenario and past NFL quarterback sagas, drawing comparisons to instances where a single move reshaped the league landscape. Fans are reacting emotionally, tweeting, commenting, and creating content that reflects both hope and anxiety as the rumor continues to dominate sports conversations. Industry whispers further suggest that Love's potential move could signal a new strategic era for the Cowboys, who may be planning to build around a quarterback with mobility, arm strength, and adaptability. Analysts point out that Love's presence could open opportunities for creative offensive schemes, including more read option plays, longer intermediate passing combinations, and an ability to stretch defenses vertically. Coaches might also adapt their roster construction to accommodate his style, focusing on dynamic receiving options, versatile tight ends, and an offensive line that prioritizes agility as well as protection. Speculative reports even suggest that Love's charisma and competitive drive could influence the locker room culture, inspiring veterans while challenging younger players to elevate their performance. Such a combination of on-field talent and off-field leadership potential has contributed to the notion that this rumor is more than just a simple player acquisition. It could represent a franchise-altering decision. Meanwhile, fans continue to imagine scenarios where Love leads the Cowboys into high-stakes games, his every throw dissected and analyzed, turning casual observers into armchair strategists overnight. The sheer magnitude of this potential move ensures that, rumor or reality, Jordan Love's name is now impossible to separate from the narrative of Dallas football future. Adding another layer of intrigue, sources hint that negotiations may involve more than standard contractual adjustments. They might include player exchanges, performance incentives, and conditions tied to postseason success. This level of complexity suggests that both teams are approaching the situation with a calculated mix of ambition and caution, aware that any misstep could have lasting repercussions on team performance and fan loyalty. Speculators argue that Love's decision to consider Dallas might reflect a desire for immediate impact, a hunger to define his own legacy outside the shadow of veteran predecessors, and a calculated risk to accelerate his career trajectory. In turn, the Cowboys' willingness to pursue Love could signal a shift in their organizational philosophy, one that values innovation and potential over conventional predictability. As the rumor gains traction, it creates a ripple of tension and excitement across the NFL community, with analysts, insiders, and fans offering predictions that range from cautious optimism to dramatic cautionary tales. The mere possibility of Love in a new city under bright lights adds a layer of narrative drama that the league rarely experiences outside of draft day or free agency frenzy. This speculation, fueled by leaks, rumors, and educated guesses, has firmly embedded itself into the national sports conversation. Finally, the speculation surrounding Jordan Love's possible transition is generating a narrative filled with high stakes, suspense, and drama reminiscent of the most sensational moments in NFL history. Social media amplifies every whisper, while sports networks dissect every possible angle, feeding a growing anticipation that borders on frenzy. Fans, commentators, and former players alike weigh in, each contributing their interpretation, creating a multifaceted discussion that stretches far beyond the field. The intrigue is compounded by the potential cultural impact within the Cowboys organization, where a young quarterback could become a centerpiece not only in games, but in marketing, fan engagement, and team identity. This rumor, whether it materializes or not, has succeeded in transforming Jordan Love into a symbol of change, risk, and possibility, embodying a storyline that captivates, provokes debate, and fuels imagination. The NFL landscape feels momentarily unsteady, as if every team, every fan, and every commentator is collectively holding their breath, anticipating whether this narrative will evolve into history or remain an unforgettable what-if. As speculation continues to swirl around Jordan Love potentially joining the Cowboys, pundits are increasingly focused on the long-term implications of such a move, imagining how it could reshape not only Dallas' offensive strategy, but also the league-wide perception of quarterback mobility and decision-making. Insiders suggest that Love's potential influence extends beyond the X's and O's of football, hinting that his leadership style, work ethic, and willingness to take calculated risks could inject a new energy into a team that has struggled to find a consistent identity in recent seasons. Rumors have emerged that the Cowboys coaching staff is already conceptualizing schemes specifically tailored to maximize Love's strengths, from rollout passes designed to exploit defensive mismatches to intricate timing routes aimed at taking advantage of his precise arm. Meanwhile, analysts speculate that Love's presence could inspire a domino effect, influencing the drafting strategies of rival teams, who may feel pressure to secure their own young quarterbacks or invest in offensive line reinforcements to counteract a potential surge in Dallas offensive versatility. The intrigue grows further as fans debate whether this move represents a gamble or a calculated masterstroke, envisioning scenarios where Love's decisions in high-pressure situations could determine the course of games, playoff berths, and the perception of the Cowboys as a franchise willing to embrace bold, transformative choices. The discussion around Love also centers on his ability to handle the mental and emotional pressures of leading a team with championship expectations, with insiders emphasizing that his maturity and composure could be as significant as his physical skills. Rumors indicate that team executives are carefully evaluating his personality, resilience, and capacity to handle media scrutiny, knowing that a quarterback in Dallas inevitably becomes a symbol of the franchise, for better or worse. Speculative voices suggest that Love's potential move is part of a broader strategy to inject youth, energy, and unpredictability into the team, perhaps signaling a willingness to diverge from traditional approaches in favor of innovation and calculated risk-taking. The league, ever attuned to trends and narratives, appears captivated by the possibility of this scenario unfolding, with sports analysts crafting storylines that compare Love to other young quarterbacks who reshaped their team's fortunes almost overnight. Social media amplifies every hint of information, fueling a feedback loop of speculation, analysis, and fan-driven narrative building that transforms what might otherwise be a simple roster decision into a national talking point dominating headlines and discussion forums alike. Adding another layer to the rumor, speculation suggests that the financial and contractual aspects of a potential Love move are complex, involving not only salary considerations, but also performance-based incentives, team bonuses, and clauses tied to playoff success. Analysts point out that these factors could significantly influence both Love's decision-making and the Cowboys' roster flexibility, potentially opening avenues for further strategic acquisitions or trades. Industry insiders hint that Love's camp may be pushing for a contract structure that reflects both his current value and future potential, signaling confidence in his ability to elevate the team immediately. Meanwhile, whispers indicate that the Packers might be weighing the cost-benefit analysis of releasing a player they have invested in heavily, taking into account not only immediate returns, but also long-term legacy implications and fan backlash. The rumor, in this sense, becomes a story of negotiation, strategy, and timing, with every leak or speculative report heightening the drama and ensuring that fans and commentators alike are locked into a narrative that seems to evolve daily, filled with suspense, anticipation, and the tantalizing question of what could happen next. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. The potential impact on team dynamics is another hot topic in this speculative saga, as analysts imagine how Love's arrival might influence relationships among players, coaches, and veterans who have established roles and expectations. Rumors suggest that Love's competitive drive could inspire veterans to elevate their performance while simultaneously challenging younger players to step up, creating a culture of accountability and intensity. Observers speculate that such an environment might foster not only individual growth, but also team cohesion, particularly if Love successfully navigates the transition from a developmental quarterback in Green Bay to a franchise cornerstone in Dallas. Social media narratives amplify these hypothetical scenarios, with fans creating imagined locker room dynamics, analyzing past behaviors, and debating whether Love's personality and leadership style are compatible with the Cowboys' current roster and coaching philosophy. The speculation alone has become a form of entertainment, blending football strategy with cultural commentary, and transforming every potential throw, practice session, and press conference into a microcosm of narrative suspense that stretches far beyond the field itself. Some insiders even suggest that a potential Love transfer could influence the broader market for quarterbacks, setting precedents for how young signal callers approach free agency, trades, and negotiations with teams that may offer immediate starting opportunities. Analysts speculate that if the rumor materializes, it could redefine expectations for both player ambition and franchise strategy, signaling that a willingness to embrace risk and youth can outweigh tradition or cautious planning. This discussion has ignited imaginative debates across the league, with pundits proposing everything from bold offensive redesigns to psychological assessments of locker room chemistry, all anchored around the hypothetical scenario of Love in Dallas. Fans have become invested in the storyline as if it were a serialized drama, dissecting every detail, analyzing every report, and projecting what the team's identity could look like with a young, ambitious quarterback at the helm. The narrative is no longer just about football. It has transformed into a cultural event, blending speculation, analysis, and emotional investment into a story that captures national attention and fuels conversation well beyond the sports pages. Finally, as speculation continues to mount, the narrative surrounding Jordan Love and the Cowboys evolves into one of high drama, uncertainty, and almost cinematic tension, where each rumor and leak is dissected for potential meaning. The imagined implications span from strategic innovation on the field to transformative leadership in the locker room, creating a story that feels larger than any single team or season. Whether or not Love ultimately joins Dallas, the mere discussion of this possibility has already influenced fan expectations, media coverage, and strategic thinking across the NFL, illustrating the profound impact of rumors in shaping perceptions and narratives. As analysts, commentators, and fans continue to engage in this unfolding saga, one thing is certain. The conversation around Jordan Love, the Cowboys, and the potential reshaping of the NFL landscape has captured the imagination of a nation, blending sport, drama, and speculation into a narrative that is as thrilling as any playoff game or championship showdown. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.